All right, it's time on GameScript when we play Video Game 20 Questions. This week's suggestion comes from Milo.
Tetris.
It is not Tetris.
Brandon,
have you played this on the show before?
Yeah, twice. I think actually you have played 3 times. I'm 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
Not bad.
do you play as a human?
Yes. I think so. There may be a choice, but I think
It's the gray area. Okay.
I think so.
It's just the worst.
What were the standard ones that we always get out
The
of the way
standard ones
first?
are always like, did it come out
Before-
before 2000?
That's usually the first one.
Yeah.
Before I mucked it up.
Did it come out before 2000?
No.
Cool.
So it's after 2000. You maybe play as a human.
Black and white.
Is it a console game?
Yes.
Okay.
Does your character do you hold objects in your hands?
Yes.
It's just such weird questions.
Do you have a mustache?
Are there shoes?
Okay, so your character holds objects.
What game don't you?
I don't know. All kinds of games.
Connectimals.
Give me an example of a game where you play a human, but you don't hold anything in your hands.
Mario?
He holds stuff.
No, he doesn't.
He holds
He holds
fire.
a hammer. He holds a
doesn't-
hammer.
Okay. Touche.
And vegetables and
No, he doesn't hold them. He doesn't hold
He
any of
picks
those
up
things.
blocks.
Picks up
bombs.
vegetables and he holds marbles too.
He holds the turtles over his head.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let this
Hundreds
stuff
of
fly.
things.
I'm not going to. He does not pick up blocks.
Yes, he does.
When?
You can pick
Super
up
Mario
ice
Brothers
blocks.
2.
That didn't come out after 2000.
Oh,
What are you
but
talking
he did
about?
it. It did happen.
You can pick up ice blocks in the Mario games. You can also pick up
Turtles?
other characters
Turtles?
that are playing with you.
That's true.
Who can pick up you.
That's true.
I'm still waiting for a game where you play as a human, but you don't hold anything in your hand.
Like a gun.
I feel like
or
this
a
is the more important
sword.
question. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Is it?
That might not have been great.
So we hold. You're a human that you
You
hold stuff
know
in your
it
hands
comes
after
out
2000.
after 2000.
Yeah.
You're probably human and you hold things in your hands.
Are there legs?
just on this earth. We know it's a console game. We should narrow down though.
Yeah. Is it a
okay.
PlayStation game?
Like, was it?
Exclusively, or did it come to a PlayStation?
Oh wait, no.
console?
Do we already?
Yeah.
We know it's a console game.
know
Because
it's
if it's
console.
multi-platform, it's kind of thrown away. A
Do
question.
we know it's a multi-platform?
We do not.
Is it multi-platform?
Yes.
Damn it.
5 questions.
Did it come out for the current console generation?
No.
Should we narrow down to the 7th or the 7th generation?
Was that PS3, Xbox? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was 2005, but there was another generation before that, right?
I mean, whichever. Yeah, we should narrow down the generation.
Did it come out the 7th generation, 360, PS2?
PS3.
Sorry, PS3.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Do we get genre at all?
We did not yet.
We have not.
But you can hold
Hand.
things.
Holding stuff in your hands genre.
Yeah.
It's a hand-holding genre.
Do we know perspective?
You don't
don't.
hold things in Super Meat Boy.
You're not a human.
You're not a human. You're a meat boy. Well, it has the word boy.
But you said there was another option, right? Not just human. More than human.
We're talking about a game where you play as a human, but you don't hold anything in your hands.
Is it first person?
No.
Okay. So it's a third person man sort of game where
Yeah,
you
but it
hold
might
stuff
be.
in your
Is it 2D?
No.
Okay, so 3D where you play as a human and you can hold things in your hands.
In the third person.
In the third
multi-platform.
person.
on the PS3 360 generation?
Okay.
Also Wii.
We probably don't need to bring up the hand holding thing anymore in our recaps.
Really? I was thinking doing it each time.
Hey, top 10 best things to hold in your hands.
Another hand.
Number 1.
is a good one.
Ooh.
Another one's another hand, yeah. So we don't have a genre yet, right? But it is third person, so action.
It's pretty safe to say it's either an action game or a platform.
Do you hold a gun in your hands?
No.
Oh.
Question number 10 is no.
Okay.
Is it a platforming game?
No.
Man can't jump.
Why
You might be able to jump. Were you on the game? Were you on Scoop where he asked about jumping, and then it really tripped Damon up because it was Zelda?
Oh.
That was really good.
Because you can kind of.
You can jump, but there's no jump button.
Yeah.
In 3D Zeldas?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it was really good.
How many questions are we in? 10?
You've done 11.
Damn it.
So we know it's a third-person game for the PS3 360 generation where you don't hold a gun, you don't shoot anything.
But you do hold things in your hands.
Starring a human-esque
Do you-
character.
is it so? It could be like Metal Gear Rising or something like that.
Dark Souls.
Could be Dark Souls. So okay, yeah. So do you hold?
I think you play as a human in Dark Souls.
Yeah, but you're also a hollow, so it's
Yeah.
kind of a gray area.
Do you hold? Do you hold like a sword or slicing weapon in your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are the silly billies now?
We burned 3 questions to figure out you can hold a sword.
So an
That
elf.
totally narrows it way down.
An elf is human-ish.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to
elves are
figure out what
elves.
kind of. It's a third-person game. There's no jumping.
Okay.
We don't know there's no jumping. You
Let's-
said it's not a platforming game, and you jumped to there's no jumping.
Is it a cooperative game?
No.
Okay. So that's not,
I do like
that's
I like
not
narrowing it
Gauntlet
down
Legends.
between I like narrowing it down between like RPG or action because that narrows it down between like I do think it's like Metal Gear Rising or Dark Souls or something along those lines.
Okay.
Do you want to narrow it down? I mean,
How do
we're
you-
at 13.
How would you you would characterize Dark Souls as an RPG, right?
I would characterize it as an RPG, but also an action game. I would characterize it as an action RPG.
So
Yeah.
how do we narrow it down further? There's no stats in Metal Gear Rising.
Is it rated M?
I haven't played Metal Gear Rising.
I don't know.
So it's not Dark Souls because he would have said yes immediately.
Damn it. Technicality.
So there you guys go with that.
Nailed it.
You're welcome. Silly billies.
Well done.
I should have looked up the rating of the game.
What are more games?
Just
where
tell
you-
me, I'll look it up.
What are more games where you sword things?
Where you sword things in a third person using your hands.
That are multi-platform.
That are
Yeah.
multi-platform on 360 or PS3.
Is this game part of a series or franchise?
No.
Okay, so it's not Dante's
Ooh.
Inferno. It's not.
Yeah, not Metal Gear.
Not Metal Gear. It's a one-off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a one-off that came to multi-platforms where you use a sword and then it never showed up again.
Interesting.
Dark. Oh, but you
Darksiders?
don't play as a human, and it got a sequel.
Oh, right.
Darksiders, yeah. Should we talk about aesthetic? Like,
Yeah,
kind of thing?
that would help.
I mean, yeah, or developer.
Is it a like fantasy? Right? Is it a fantasy game?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good. That was really good.
It's not a Lord of the Rings game, that's for sure.
15. 5 questions to go.
Man.
Okay. Third person, you can use a choppy stuff.
No
You're,
guns.
You're a
Force
human.
Awakens. Is this
What?
is this a licensed game?
Nope.
Not Force Awakens. Force Unleashed.
No, it's part of a
But it's
franchise.
part of a series, yeah.
So it's not a licensed game. That might have been a Burns question. Sorry, since we know it's a fantasy game. Oh, what was like Kingdoms of Amalur?
That's good.
Not a sequel.
You play,
fantasy game.
you play as a
That's
human.
good.
There are other races that you can play as.
That was Kurt Schilling, right?
That was Kurt Schilling and 38 Studios.
Did Kurt Schilling was he, did he muck this game up?
Was this game made by a baseball player?
Wow, I didn't think you were going to get Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Wow.
I was not
Nicely
sure
done.
you were actually
I
going
don't
to get
think
there.
I mean, I played the hell out of the game. I don't think I would have gotten it.
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, developed by 38 Studios. So you asked if it was like part of the series, and it was planned to be
they were going to have an MMO.
a whole like
Yeah.
world, yeah. But and then
You're right in
down.
that I don't remember the rating on that game either.
I would guess teen, but
Yeah.
I didn't play
I think
so
it was
I don't.
teen. I don't remember
Didn't know
any
for sure.
gore or blood or anything.
God, that was a good one, man.
We
Yeah.
did
That
it.
was nice.
Published by EA,
Yep. Who?
PS3, 360, and PC.
And PC. Who sent that question in?
Milo,
Nice job, Milo.
Good work, Milo.
2012,
You almost had us.
single-player action RPG,
Yeah.
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
So good
So
about
long ago.
I'm still trying to think of a game where
And-
you don't hold stuff.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Maybe a game where it's all like magic based.
that. Karate.
You're casting spells.
Karate Champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even that, maybe
Karate Champ for the NES.
Yeah,
like a fighting
You're right.
game.
You're right. It's just karate in that game. No weapons.
what if you do like a headlock, you hold a guy? Does that count?
Super Punch Out. You're holding some fists, but that's
You're wearing gloves.
Yeah, but not hold.
You hold up the belt.
If you're wearing gloves,
Yeah, you hold the
holding
belt.
gloves.
You
Well, you're
hold
holding-
the
yeah.
title.
Yeah, hold up the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's technically holding.
All right. All right. I'm
Remind
willi-
us all what happened with 38 Studios and Rhode Island and why that studio went under.
I think, okay, I might be wrong, so feel free to correct, but I think Rhode Island bought into 38 Studios.
Yeah, and
like,
then they were like-
subsidized the
Yeah,
development.
they had a grant. It was they paid him a bunch of money, and then 38 missed all their milestones
And defaulted on the loan.
but that'll happen before the game even came out. right?
Yeah.
Like the
I think it
whole
was like
studio
right,
closed.
like the game came out and didn't sell what they needed it to,
Yeah.
and that was like the final nail in. Like if the game sold like 8 million copies or whatever, they probably would have been okay.
So it wasn't like EA like picked up the game and published it after the fact. I'm trying to remember.
It's fuzzy to me too. My memory.
It's only 4 years ago.
Like the
Yeah,
game,
really?
the game came out and it was great, and it's just weird to say, well, we made a great game and
Yeah.
still get shut down and sued.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's an amazing game, but it didn't sell, and I don't think.
The impression I got is that it was a little bit mismanaged, and they just had a team of hundreds and hundreds working on it, and the
Yeah.
budget ballooned to a level where it almost didn't matter what it sold. It was just never going to be able to recoup.
I mean, they had
Yeah.
that's this prolific fantasy author. It was
Yeah, and they hired all that money from they had the
Hired the
author
money.
and the artist.
yeah.
Todd McFarlane?
Yeah, Todd McFarlane brought on to consult on art, and I think R.A. Salvatore.
R.A.
brought in
Salvatore,
to
yeah.
R.L.
do-
Stein.
R.L. Stein.
It was R.L. Stein.
With the top 10 spooks in Spookville.
The box said this game will give you goosebumps.
I was going to say that.
Stole it.
All right, that's all the scoops we have for this week. If you're just one of our podcast listeners, you should come by the new YouTube channel sometime and just check out what we're making over there. Because in addition to the podcast, the full podcast each week, we've been doing Let's Play videos. Let us play videos of recent games like Super Hot or In the Blind Forest and fun stuff like
Where
that.
can people find that YouTube channel?
YouTube.com/GameScoop.
Nice.
See you there. But thank you, Justin. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brian. My name is Damon. This is IGN GameScoop, and we're out.